All right, so once again, I'm live, getting ready to do another Power Back show. Oh, this is gonna be a funny one tonight, boy. I ain't got this goddamn. Oh my goodness, man. Let's break down these alleged psyops. You know what I'm saying, man? Because listen, a lot of BS going on. I've been out all day. Then somebody texts me and says, Donald Trump got shot at. I said, what? Huh? Oh shit. Is this real or surreal, man? What do you think? I mean, come on, Frank. What do you think about this, man?
I'm already knowing it. Too much information came out too fast. You know what I mean? That lets you know that's a giveaway, dead giveaway. You know? Why? How come? Okay, for example, in all these little mass shooter, look, listen. In these mass shooter situations, why it takes them days, hours, all this time to find out information on the person, but did today all of a sudden it took them what, a couple minutes to find out the dude's name and to kill the dude? Who killed him?
They say the assailant was neutralized. What you mean? What you mean assailant neutralized? You don't neutralize nobody, you kill him.
But why wasn't he rushed to the? Why wasn't Trump rushed away out of there? Why did they have him? They still had him in the line of fire. How did they not know the dude was? For one, how did they not know the dude was done shooting or not? How did they not know that? Did they know the dude was done shooting, or did they not know?
Play the video, man. Let's play the video, man. Let's play the video.
Let's play the video, right?
Let's play the video.
Welcome in, everybody. Terrifying event in Butler, Pennsylvania today, folks. As we know that in November, it is going to be the 2024 presidential election. And this afternoon in Butler, Pennsylvania, about an hour outside of Pittsburgh, former President Trump was there for a campaign rally, and he was in the middle of his speech. Everybody, he was in the middle of his speech for his campaign rally, and there were gunshots fired at the rally, and it looks like the former president was hit on the side of the head with one of the bullets. As immediately when it happened, Secret Service rushed in to try to protect him the best that they could. Secret Service immediately rushed him off the stage as the former president.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour.
And Margaret, I'm just getting an email now from CBS News contributor Richard Esposito. This says that according to multiple state, local, and federal law enforcement sources, the shooter who fired at Donald Trump was, quote, neutralized, as we have reported, by U.S. Secret Service agents. This was most likely from a counter-assault team. Multiple spectators were wounded and injured, at least one in critical condition. This is all based on initial reports, but what is happening now is we're starting to piece together what is it that exactly transpired. This is an active crime scene.
It is, and our reporters who follow every movement that the candidate makes, Jake Rosen, Olivia Rinaldi, were there. They saw it happen. They heard it. You can see from that very rough video.
Go ahead.
If this was an active crime scene, then why didn't they evacuate everybody out of there then? You mean to tell me you're still going to have hundreds of people in the active crime, like, just standing around, like,
Yo. They might want to let him come back up and speak again, man. For all this dumb shit.
Right.
Well, let's let him keep going, Frank. Cause I gotta bring up a man, Dr. Scott, Hubbard. You know what I'm talking about, Zachary Hubbard. Yeah, that's it.
That they dropped to the ground. Mm-hmm. And by the way, political violence is not necessarily a norm in this country, but let's put this in the context of not just the moment we're in, but what we, as reporters, have been preparing for, which is the expectation that in this election cycle, there very well may be political violence. And our reporters do train for that now. That is something you...
How the hell they know? Now, wait a minute now. Hold on, man. There always been political violence in this country. What the fuck is this woman talking about?
Damn.
Come on, man!
I'm telling you a little something, ain't you?
They let. Okay.
You do typically when you go overseas to cover an election, but now our reporters are doing that to cover these rallies, to cover political conventions. And so we are happy to know that those two reporters are safe. But as we're seeing from the video, they are feeding in.
I just watched one of the videos Jake Rosen sent in, and he's talking to attendees who are clearly traumatized. And one gentleman, I'm sure we'll have it soon here at CBS News on Air, had a shirt that clearly had blood on it in some capacity. And so you're seeing reporters doing their jobs for CBS News and other outlets, but you see those attendees just rattled by the experience of being part of a violent event.
Because even if there was an intended target, as there appears to have been, to have a shot like that, multiple shots at a very well-guarded stage, there were people in the area who were also hit, which suggests, and if you could hear it, it didn't sound like an automatic weapon, but there were others that were hit in the area. And we are being careful, and when we are reading these initial reports and editing, I would have to say, some of the graphic detail that we are getting from some of our reporters on the ground.
And we're just getting a new update that from our reporters, Olivia Rinaldi and Jake Rosen, and I'm sure you're getting this update as well, that people are being escorted out. Jake Rosen spoke to an emergency room physician who saw a man shot in the head with brain matter on the ground. That's according to an ER physician performed CPR, but he did not. He's dealing with that at this moment. That's Jake Rosen, our report. To be clear, Jake Rosen, our reporter on the ground in Butler, Pennsylvania, has matter on the ground that's based on Jake Rosen's report.
All right, Frank, I got a question, man. Hold that up, man. What's all this pumping the fists up in the crowd and all this shit, man? What is all this?
I thought didn't the Russians do that? The Bolsheviks start that? Or my bad, the Black Panthers? Was that supposed to be like liberation? Like he's like, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, man. Come on, man. Are y'all pulling my legs, man?
That's what I'm saying. Stage. How did they know? How did they find out the person so fast, bro? That was quick.
Yeah. Look, right? Let me keep going.
Reporting. Jake looked at the camera after the incident, saw blood coming from Trump's ear in some way, his neck. Jake was on the scene. He was our reporter on the scene. Scott McFarland, who has been on the ground doing excellent reporting as well, heard, in his view, 8 to 10 explosions based on his reporting. He said the crowd ducked based on his reporting notes, hit the ground when a popping sound occurred. To Margaret's point, it was a popping sound. The press was under the risers. They saw Secret Service swarm to the left of Trump following the incident, saw helicopters come in a few minutes after. That's based on on-the-ground reporting from Olivia Rinaldi, Jake Rosen, and Scott McFarland, who are in Butler, Pennsylvania.
And we do have that reporting that at least one person has been injured in critical condition. And it is still early. A lot more details will come out. People's conditions change. They go up, they go down. We'll learn more about, hopefully, President Trump's condition. We are told he is safe, but we don't have the details. Was he hit directly? Was he just grazed? We're now being told that Vice President Kamala Harris has also been briefed on the incident. We know.
Dude. He was grazed. I thought that's the story. What do you mean? Was he hit? Was he grazed? I thought he was. I thought everybody reported he was grazed. Now you kind of telling on yourself, like. And then why is it the bottom of his mouth like a cut on the bottom, like two sides of his mouth? If a bullet grazed you, wouldn't it just graze one part? Why is there two cuts? It's like cuts. When it just, I don't know. And my thing is, so did the person shoot behind him? Because it looked like it came from behind him. Obviously, if it was a graze like that, right? It had to come from behind. Or was it in front? So you see how they don't tell you, BJ, you see how they do that? But they can tell you enough details, like with the person's name that shot him. They can tell you his name, but that's it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, BJ?
You right?
BJ, yo.
I'm here. Listen.
Know that President Biden has been briefed by members of his cabinet. Now Vice President Harris has been briefed. She was also addressing crowds today at her own rally, as was the First Lady. All of these figures out on the campaign trail as this campaign heats up.
All right. So that's that.
Damn, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. What length that they would go to, that these motherfuckers would go to.
All right, let's pull the real shit up. Nah, it's some, bitch, this some stage nonsense, man. I'm about to break that down right now. Alleged stage nonsense, but I mean, hey, Frank, what day was it?
The 13th,
Frank.
Baby.
Once you heard it's 13, that's all you need to know. That it's a bunch of nonsense.
That's 13, baby.
If you watched my video yesterday on Eminem's new album, the one that has to do with Houdini, I talked about how it was signaling something about the presidency, and today, the kill date. So they're saying there's a shooting scare at the Trump rally. He's being rushed off stage by Secret Service. There he is. Oh my God, you guys. Isn't this stuff just such a joke? It's the kill date, you guys. It's July 13th, 2024. Oh my God. Come on. If you're new here, make sure you go check out the video I put out yesterday on Eminem, because we're just talking about, you got to watch out for today. There's something about this album and the presidential race. Historically, Eminem's a Democrat. But yes, today is the kill date for the month, having the 44, 64, 28 date numerology paths. Again, you get that simply by adding the date, July 13th, 2024, 7 plus 13 plus 20 plus 24 is 64. The abbreviated date numerology is 7-13-24. 7 plus 13 plus 24 is 44. The life lesson number, you add the day plus the month, 7 plus 13, 20. And then the year, digit by digit, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which is 8 more. So it's 28. So in gematria, here I guess the recap of what happened. I get shot with a BB gun. A BB gun shot me. An airsoft gun shot me. Come on, man. What did they do here? This is corny. But again, in gematria, 4 base ciphers, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards numerology. The word kill equals 44. With numerology, it equals 17. With the reverse alphabetic order, the word kill adds up to 64. With numerology, 28. So every single month, there's a date in the month that has 3 numerology paths corresponding with kill. Next month, it'll be August 12th. The month after that, funny enough, it'll be September 11th this year. Then October 10th, which is Gavin Newsom's birthday. Then November 9th, December 8th, so on. So here's this assassination attempt on Trump. And remember, the word shooting equals 44, like execution. JFK was the 44th term president. MLK killed on 4-4. Malcolm X killed on 44 date numerology. The first U.S. president to die in office died on 4-4. Trump is number 45, but technically he was the 44th person to be president. Keep in mind, he's in Pennsylvania, which is Joe Biden's birth state. Joe Biden in gematria equates to 44, and he was the VP to number 44. But yeah, what a photo op with Trump. All the Secret Service around him. Trump with his hat off.
Didn't I just say that? It was a photo op.
Looking like
say that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna fire up the Trump base. They're so easily fooled by the straight Hollywood. But man, what a joke! What a joke!
Now, if you look at that picture when he ducked down, right? I'm like, wait a minute, man. You just you did duck. Come on, man. You can see through this nonsense, man. It's a bunch of phony baloney, man.
How come you didn't see nothing when he was going down? Why didn't you see no blood splash? Why didn't you see no? You didn't see no spark. You didn't see no.
Phony baloney,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
No flash. But then, and the thing is, why didn't they're supposed to keep him down and they were supposed to get him out of there? Why did they have a shoot? Why did they have a picture with him and they let him duck his head back up with the fist? Like that, like, man, I'm telling you, we don't. I just don't see how we don't think about shit like that, notice shit like that. Like, wait up, what the fuck? Really, even in the movies, they don't do shit like that.
Come on, man. All
and
game.
they're like, oh, the Secret Service neutralized him. Okay. They got how'd they get dude's name so quick, bro? Seriously.
All game, brother.
They got facial recognition or something with I don't know. Like, what was really good. But was they shooting? This is the question. Was they shooting?
Now Bishop's saying one spectator was killed. Well, can I see the spectator, please? Because I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly, dude.
We didn't show you.
And that's what. Look. They shot, but it was dude shooting from in the behind Trump or in the front. For your hit to be grazed like that right there. Don't like they shooting from behind or what?
Did he get shot with a BB gun? That's what he said. Did he get shot with a BB gun? Come on.
Who said that? Who said that?
Zach Hubbard on the jump.
Yeah, that dude looked like some BB gun shit, bro, or something, or a cut.
Come on, man. All you had to do, the first thing when I called you, Frank, I said it's July 13th, man. Yeah, already let you know what was up. Already knew what was up by it when the date came out.
The date, right?
He just told you, look for the next psyop on August 12th, man. He just gave you the date to look for the next psyop. We should get tired of being played for fools right now. All you got to do is look at the date. What date is it? Something going to happen most likely on this date. The Eminem album came out 3 days before the Republican National Convention. Didn't he just tell you that?
Damn, right.
People just have to pay attention, man, and know what's up.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how it is. And I mean, it's kind of like it's a bunch of buffoonery, man. But I laugh at it because I mean, hey, man, people gotta wake up and see what's up. Let's see. Now, speaking of this, since that's up, some other things happened last week at the Essence Festival. Let's talk about political policy.
All right. And I work late hours. All right. I take care of black people. All right. Trump has told you who he is. He defined himself. He is a no good, deplorable, despicable human. And he's talking about if he doesn't win, there's going to go back. There's going to be a civil war.
Who
the hell do you think he's coming after?
What is she talking about, man?
Who's going to be targeted? We're now at a point in time where people are talking.
Okay. Go ahead, Frank. What do you think?
I can't stand Maxine Waters, man. She always, man.
Yep,
Yeah,
George Soros' birthday is August 12th. So pay attention. Could George Soros die before they date? We'll see. But something gonna happen around that August 12th.
Matter of fact,
Obama's birthday like August 12th. August 3rd or 4th. So something gonna happen around Obama's birthday too. Don't be surprised.
She be on that BS. And her district is not even doing good. You got all these black homeless people. It's like, and why is she talking about Trump for? Out of everything, you ain't talking about nothing empowering for black people. Look. Ain't talking about nothing empowering for black people. Ain't talking about no agendas for us. Ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying, trying to help the population, the homeless population in LA, which is mostly black. Ain't talking about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like Clyburn, right? Look, Clyburn talk all that stuff, and he got the poorest, one of the poorest districts. He got one of the poorest districts in the country. Clyburn.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of Maxine Waters, man, why they not talking about these black radio show hosts that keep on getting in trouble? Yeah, one in Milwaukee that said he got the answer. The other one in Philadelphia got fired.
Oh, for feeding Biden questions, right?
Yeah, they got the questions, but she came out in the news and admitted it.
Maxine or the lady, one of the ladies admitted it, huh?
Yeah, the lady on the radio show.
Wow. But see, you see how they trying to push for these Democrats, dude, trying to do all this for them. Charmaine, what up? What up? Dawson was good. Dawson, what you think about everything, man? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Dawson in the building. What up? What up?
I ain't trying to go back and play that video, but like I told my boy, you believe that nonsense that happened earlier. After these guys I covered showed you Friday the 13th, man.
Chak, what up?
Pay attention. Pay attention. All you had to do is watch it. 13th. You had to know that this was member of the clean psyop.
Dawson, you ain't lying though.
They ain't gonna stop. They not stopping. But that was a good old Hollywood script, man.
It was a big time psyop. You know what I'm saying? You see that it was a photo op. Why they have to? Because people was taking the pictures like a motherfucker. In case you didn't notice. And the thing is, you pump your fist like you're some kind of revolutionary or martyr or some type of like, you know, you see what I'm saying? But see, a smart motherfucker would think, wait up. We don't know if the motherfuckers are still shooting. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the fuck who's shooting, where from where. You'll get me out of here. But no, Trump gotta pump the fist right there. Gotta pose a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the left and the right side, you know, the good side and the bad side.
I will say this. That's gonna be the talk of the town. But once the first thing, like I said, when I called you, July 13th, that's all you had to know. I ain't really had to, I said, come on, man. I said, this is easy, man. They pulled one on me this time. I said, yo, but hey, look, let them have that fun. INC convention in a couple of days. It's gonna be funny as hell. Go down. Yep. It's about to go down. Then you got Maxine Waters. Matter of fact, come to think about it, Maxine Waters had this speech saying it's bigger than him being a week before. So I mean, you know, here we go. I mean, you know, let's go to something else.
She talking about all types of shit. Attack. When you see the Republicans attack them and all this shit, crazy shit. It's like weird, man. But see, they got the black women acting like doing all that. You know. Like
I'm getting the Serena Williams too, because she done ran her mouth. All right, here goes. Now check this out. Now look. This is funny. They actually admit this a boule event.
Wow.
Here go your sorority.
Consider this your sign to stock up on signing. Because right now at Vistaprint, all signs are 20% off, so you can bring in business with durable banners. Make your message stand out with yard signs.
When we mobilize, nations change. And when we vote, we make history.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that an Asian, aka bro. Hey, wait a minute, bro. Hold the fuck. Yo.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Is that an Asian, aka?
You
see that?
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yo, chill.
Vice President Kamala Harris in Dallas today speaking to members of the nation's oldest black sorority. She talked about keeping President Biden in the White House despite speculation and criticism about his health. Her appeal leaned heavily on their sisterhood. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us now with more. Alex.
Hi, Heather. That's right. And Vice President Harris today also told her sorority that when they mobilize, in her words, they're able to move mountains. She's really counting on support from the 360,000 members nationwide, as well as the voters that they can mobilize for the Biden-Harris ticket. Vice President Harris energized Black women voters at the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority's national conference held in downtown Dallas Wednesday. Harris pledged the nation's first historically Black sorority in 1986 when she was an undergraduate student at Howard University.
When this once again, our nation is counting on the leaders in this room to guide us forward, to energize, organize, and mobilize, to register folks to vote, and to get them to the polls in November.
Particularly Black women will be absolutely indispensable for Harris ticket.
SMU political is equally important if President Joe Biden should decide to step aside.
Would be critically important in elevating Kamala Harris to the top of the ticket over other prospective rivals, particularly white rivals within the Democratic Party.
The vice president did not address speculation about Mr. Biden's future, but sorority members have their opinions.
Yes, excitement, just really exciting.
Ada Hamlet is one of thousands of Alpha Kappa Alpha sisters who attended Harris's speech. Her remains strong.
Our thoughts about President Biden haven't changed despite what the media and what people are saying. We still believe in him and we trust him to be our president for the next 4 years.
Marsha Watson believes in Biden too.
Ageism is real, okay? I am 52 years old. We cannot judge someone based on their age. So we have a strong unit between Biden and Harris together.
Well, the Black vote is absolutely indispensable for Democratic candidates. And that's why all of this outreach to African-American groups is critically important for the Democrats.
And Matthew Wilson did say that Trump has made inroads into African-American communities. According to a recent polling among Black voters, he's running better than Republicans have in the past, but more particularly, those gains have been primarily concentrated among Black men. Those same polls show that Black women are still very much solidly in support of the Democrat candidate. We, of course, will know the outcome on November 5th.
She does it. Dawson is funny, man.
God loves you. Your life on earth.
All right. No, she ain't mentioned that. She just had the big ass conference down there in Dallas. Matter of fact, it was called the 71st Boule. Yeah, they said it was a Boule conference. I can't believe they put this shit out there. But look, here we go. A lot of things to cover, including Serena Williams. Serena Williams told Harrison Butker, the kicker of the Kansas City Chiefs, "We don't want you." So I don't know what the hell.
Why she said that? Because he said
Serena Williams.
Because didn't he have that speech not too long ago?
Yep. Serena Williams did this at the. She did this at the ESPYs. I gotta get Serena Williams. I don't know what the hell. I do know what's up.
That's the white dude that had the speech, right? He had the speech at the Capitol.
Yep. And she attacked him at the ESPYs.
She thinks she's white, huh? She thinks she's white, huh? This is a white dude. He can talk about whatever he wants with his white purpose.
Meet with missionaries like us to learn.
New developments in that.
We weird, man.
There's a problem. Alameda.
Well, she would a white
California,
dude, so she thinks she could speak on this shit.
Alameda shooting leaves 4 family members dead in San Francisco news.
Late night mass shooting at a home in Alameda. Police
Wait,
chief
what
there
happened?
confirming to KTVU, another adult who was shot last night has died.
Yeah, that's a fourth person now killed, including a child. KTVU has also learned that a second child is in critical condition.
Our Allie Rasmus has been outside all morning of that home, talking to neighbors and police, and she joins us now with new information. Allie.
Well, Alameda police investigators and crime scene technicians have been here since 9 o'clock last night. The road, Kitty Hawk Road, which is right behind us where this tragedy happened, has been closed off ever since then. You can still see some of the technicians going in and out of this green house off to our right where this violent incident happened. A total of 4 people were killed last night. Earlier this morning, the Alameda County Sheriff's Coroner's van transported the bodies of 2 of the adults from inside the home. The police chief again tells KTVU 4 people from the same family were shot and killed, including a child, and a second child was also hurt in the gunfire, is in critical condition at the hospital this morning. This all happened around 9 o'clock last night. A neighbor reported seeing one of their neighbors shot outside the home. Police responded, tended to that man, and then went inside the home and found several other family members, including children, hurt in the gunfire. Now, throughout the morning, we've seen neighbors outside the home on the street talking with and consoling one another, visibly saddened and upset by what happened across the street, and didn't want to appear on camera, but she described the multi-generational family who lived here as warm, friendly, and outgoing. She moved just the grandfather came to introduce himself to neighbors who live across the street. Says the young child, one of the young child hi, I'm like, well, hello. And he said, do you want to go to my birthday party? It is so tragic. I just can't imagine to go into such an inviting open home to shoot. I just can't. Now, shortly after the shooting, Alameda police did take a person into custody that they believe is connected to the shooting. Police have not said how that suspect is connected to the family or whether or not it was another family member living here who they believe is responsible for all this. But we are going to be getting some more information from Alameda police later this morning. In the meantime, though, this part of Kitty Hawk Road in Alameda is closed off to traffic as crime scene technicians and investigators with the Alameda their work. Again,
that's true,
do not believe the public is in. However, they say the person they believe is responsible for this is in.
And what? I didn't hear that.
So
what she said?
That was the end of the video. That was the end of the video.
I didn't hear nothing she said about where the person was at. That shit cut. That shit cut off. I'm coming to y'all now. Coming to Houston, Texas, because I was talking to my friend the other day. He won't get his power back on to tomorrow. They've been out of power in some parts of Houston, Texas for a while. I'm coming to that, and then I gotta play some stuff off Darren Muhammad's show because he was bringing a lot of stuff down today. Man, I mean, he was on fire today. So let me put. I'm pulling up his thing on my phone. You know, if I pull this stuff up on here, you already know that shit getting whacked. So I got to do it on the phone. You know, I can't put up. So let's pull this up here. This was in Houston, Texas, right here.
The CEO of the company tasked with restoring power in the wake of Hurricane Beryl is pleading with people to stop attacking line crews after another incident. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Hansen. Centerpoint Energy says it evacuated one of its substations this morning when someone fired shots at their crews. Harris County officials say there have been other incidents this week where frustrated people either pointed guns or fired at line workers. Centerpoint CEO released a video today begging people to let those workers do their jobs.
Unfortunately, there have been instances where either acts of violence have been threatened or actually committed against our crews that are working this vital restoration. This is unacceptable. The safety of our crews is paramount.
Centerpoint is hoping to get 85% of affected customers restored by the end of the weekend. More than 600,000 customers are still without power. Harris County officials say at least 3 people have died from overheating when they lost power.
Whoa.
The CEO of the company tasked with restoring.
Damn, man.
Whoa.
This ain't even hurricane season.
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
All right. So, yep, a lot of people happening. Yeah, it might be longer than that, Dawson. I mean, he told me that he's looking at getting on tomorrow, but it's probably longer because they've been under dispute. And if that happened, but I said they were going to use politics in this.
It says political, huh? Yes,
it is political. All right. Well, the words and of the host and not mine, but this is our brother Darren Muhammad, who's on TV today. I mean, well, not TV. It should be on TV for what he's talking about, but but that's not a reality, brother, as you know, right? But I'm gonna play some stuff that he played there because he talks about it. Yeah, it probably will be next week, but that's okay. Let's see if I can pull it up. How you pull this video up, man? Oh, they put this shit up. Oh yeah, we gonna have to do it the hard way, man. Oh damn! And this guy that interviewed he interviewed me one time. A guy named Dr. Rick Wallace on YouTube. I just found out he died. Very tough. Let's see.
Of course, if you don't have their books, make sure you get their books. Young Richard Nitty, Dr. King, and of course, I had to ask him what happened. I know what happened, and you know what happened. So again, get this book, Medicine, because they coming back with the bird flu, just as they came in October before they came with the 2020 elections, to steal the elections. They came with the Operation, what was that called? Event 201. Came with Operation Dark Winter, when they really was planning to shut it down back in 2001, when they came with the Project for New American Century with George Bush and the boys that rode in with him. For those of you be running around talking, but you know about Project 2025? Man, shut up. That's what they want you talking about. If it's something they don't want you talking about, as soon as you post it on your line, they block it, they take it down, and start talking about the fact checkers. Shut up. They ain't got a house running. You know about Project 2025? They ain't told you about UN Agenda 2030. They ain't told you about the Global Great Reset. They haven't told you about Klaus Schwab and the boys with this climate change. They ain't talk about Barack Obama and his Build Back Better program, have they? No, you can't talk about those events. You can't talk about COVID-19, even though we're in the year 2024, because that's the certificate of vaccine identification, which they want everybody chipped and clipped, and they want you carrying it to buy or sell, to travel, to do any business in any city, state, country. That's going to be your passport, not your passport to go to Mexico, not your passport to go to Dominican Republic, not a passport to get on a ship. They talking about just for you to go to your corner store with these 15-minute cities they want to bring in, these smart cities, while you in your smart home. You don't pay your bill, they going to shut your gas, electric, everything will be shut off. But yet your black media is not talking about that. They running around now telling me, you know about Project 2025? You should Google Project 2025. You say, wait a minute. You know about the UN Agenda 2030? Do you know about the 17 sustainable goals of the UN that they're not telling you about? You know about Agenda 21 that they're not telling you about? You know about Operation Crimson Contagion that they're not telling you about? Did they tell you about the bird flu summit that's coming to Washington, D.C. on October the 3rd and 4th? Because they know they are now in big trouble. Not big trouble in Chinatown, but big trouble with the elections right now. They're in big trouble with what just happened before the NATO summit that came to Washington, D.C. You had China and Russia and those 14 nations that are part of the CSO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, making military moves and money moves. Did they tell you about that? So NATO's in big trouble. And if Biden and the Democratic Party don't get out of their bed, they're going down with NATO as well. But it was your President Eisenhower that tried to warn you about the military-industrial complex. Of course, John F. Kennedy, who tried to warn you about the military-industrial complex. And you got another Kennedy that's running for president of the Democratic Party. Now, normally you go in black folk home. When I was coming up as a little boy, the only 3 pictures was on the wall was a Kennedy. Might have 4. Might have John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Dr. King, and of course, that white Jesus. Now, I got to thank my beautiful black grandmother, Margie Robinson. She always had a black Jesus. They had that white Jesus. She always had a black Jesus up there on the wall, right? You saw when you first thing you woke up in the morning, you open your door, come down the hall. See that beautiful black Jesus with a hair like lamb's wool, right? And burnished brass that your Bible talk about, right? Huh? But we're in a time when there's a lot that's going on nationally. Don't worry, I'm coming home. I'm coming back home locally, but a lot going on nationally. But China just sent troops over into Belarus. They doing drills with Belarus on the border of Poland, man. Sending a message to NATO, Poland, and everybody else, man. Then Russia just hosted Prime Minister Modi from India, him and Prime Minister President Putin, right? Right after the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which is all about not going east, but they going far east right now. Most people don't even know what the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is, man. You don't even see the moves they're making right now, okay? But that happened before the NATO summit. And, of course, Moody, who didn't attend, but right after that, he met with Putin. China, India are the 2 largest countries on the planet. Then you got to throw in, of course, Indonesia, right? Indonesia or Malaysia, right? As well. So keep your eyes open on what's going on because, again, you're going to face it. And I would encourage you to go back and look at what Muhammad Ali did, I think June the 20th, 1967. Everybody know about, of course, June the 4th when they had the summit in Cleveland, Ohio, and many of the athletes stood with Muhammad Ali. You better go back and look at what Ali said when they tried to draft him because they clearly going to come with another draft, but this time it ain't just for the men. They coming for your women. They coming for your women. For those of you been running around here pushing DEI, that's another thing. They ain't telling you Google that. What's DEI? Google BlackRock and Obama. Google BlackRock and Biden. Google BlackRock and Kamala. Right? Google the Council on Foreign Relations and Joe Biden. Google the Council on Foreign Relations in Westmore. Google the Council CFR in Kamala Harris. And you'll see that Joe Biden's entire administration or regime is honeycombed with members of Council on Foreign Relations whose job is, of course, is to undermine the sovereignty of this nation or the sovereignty of this republic. So to those that are attending the Republican National Convention coming up, I wish you nothing but the best. Because it's going to be like those that's in attendance of the Republican National Convention, those that have the same type of, again, morals and values, right? They're going to be the ones that's going to save the republic. I ain't talking about the American corporation. I'm talking about the American republic. And that's why, if you notice, when you hear Joe Biden speaking, he said the United States, America. Not the United States of America, but United States, America, because he clearly understands he's talking about the corporation, not the republic. Donald Trump is talking about the republic, but most of the people don't see what's really going on because you're being socially engineered, steered, feared. That's all they tell you. What's going to happen if Trump get back in? But to those who are the real patriots, I ain't talking about the football patriots, but the real patriots that will be at the RNC convention, and Trump is supposed to accept the nomination, I think, on Thursday the 18th. And I think after that, Biden will probably be forced out. And I don't mean forced out as far as the presidency, because they clearly understand the importance of that position. Pull that in just a little bit right there. Yeah, pull it. Thanks. So he'll most likely say he's not going to run. But I'm going to get into that aspect of it, right? They don't want him to resign, but they want him not to run because they clearly, I'm talking about the satanic Luciferian globalist forces that want Biden not to run, and they want Kamala Harris, but she's Council on Foreign Relations, or CFR. She's now got BlackRock pawns, such as Michael Powell, P-Y-L-E, who's her economic advisor, because BlackRock didn't want her in 2020, so why do they want her now? So I'm going to talk about that part because it's good. This is a good time to be alive if you got your eyes open. But other people, unfortunately, don't have their eyes open, so they really don't see what's happening on the grand chessboard outside of America, what's happening on the grand chessboard inside of America. But to those that will be at the RNC, including the family of Rachel Moran, whose daughter and mother of 5, and notice these women that was running out here talking about say her name. They don't say Rachel Moran name, right? Must be because she's white and she wasn't gay and she wasn't a lesbian and she wasn't a transgender. She was killed by an illegal immigrant from, I think it was El Salvador, right? As we've been having all around these major cities, man, in New York, in Philadelphia, Chicago, and other places. So their family will be attending the Republican National Convention, and I believe her sister will probably either speak regarding, again, the death of her sister, who's now left 5 children that the family has to raise. But President Trump, of course, reached out to the family, spoke to the family. Now, he's outside of Maryland. He called. I never heard him say that Governor Westmore called. I never heard him say Governor Westmore called. Never heard him say former Governor Hogan called. I never heard him say Angela Alshabrooks, as y'all be saying, say her name, right? Candidate for the Senate called. Must be because she's a white woman, right? But y'all be tough. See the game? See when the game get called or get exposed? But this RNC convention may be, of course, as we move closer into November, that there will be an October surprise, going to be a July surprise, September surprise, October surprise, and a November surprise, clearly right now. If you got your eyes open, you see it. That, of course, they're desperate. You got some cornered rats. So when you study history, when George Bush and Rumsfeld and the boys was cornered regarding the audit of all of the trillions of dollars that went missing that Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney was having hearings about, next thing you know, you get the Jonathan Institute, you get the Mossad, you get the CIA that pulled off September the 11th, 2001. So this is what happened. And then George Bush and the boys introduced, which they were planning to shut the entire country down at infinitum, that you would never go have no more elections. All that was in the plan. Really, you can go back to 68 when they killed King. They were planning then to shut the country down. Martial law at infinitum. But they came on up, which is interesting. The World Trade Center was built in 1968, right? 911 became...
That's what I wanted to get to. The World Trade Center was built in 1968. Who gets killed in 68?
Wait, also, what's his name? King, right?
Yes, sir. Like I said, Darren, like I said, man, but he told you it was going to be a July surprise. Guess what happened? You got your July surprise today. Okay? See? You're going to have October surprise. It could be the bird flu. You're going to have this surprise, that surprise. You're going to have a lot of surprises. The bird flu summit. So it's a lot of stuff going on here. I just think it's just crazy as hell.
Of course. Well, for them not to for them to react like that and not get them out of there, that says a lot right there, man. You don't got no time for no photo ops in a situation like that. You got to get the subject out of there. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Who's to say that they would stop shooting? That's my question. I don't know. Look, he got the fist pump. People got.
I mean, like I said, Frank. As soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh, this is real. This is a real doozy right here." All right. Let's see. I got to pull this up of, what's this girl name? Serena Williams. That's her name.
you're tuning into.
I said before, man, that Christianity is under attack. Mother, father, a Catholic university. And the left came and attacked him. He was actually in a Christian Catholic setting. And they still went after him. He wasn't on ESPN or something like that saying, hey, have kids or anything like that. He was actually in his own Christian setting. And I agree with pretty much everything that he said. I didn't find anything that he said to be offensive, man. But he made that statement over 2 months ago, that speech, something like 2 months ago, man. But yet, they're still going after him. Now, the ESPYs were last night. The woke ESPYs that I'm pretty sure nobody watched. Nobody cares. I can't tell you the last time I actually watched the ESPYs. Maybe you got to go back 20 years. I don't know. I really haven't seen too many ESPY awards. I believe the ESPYs started with like 30 years ago or something like that. I remember Jim Valvano saying, don't give up, don't ever give up. And that's when the Jimmy V Cancer Institute was actually started to help raise awareness for cancer. Good cause. But the ESPYs, like a lot of these other award shows, they've lost their way. They have lost their way. They are all woke now. And last night, man, Harrison Butker got attacked at the ESPYs. It was actually Serena Williams and Venus Williams on stage with somebody else. I don't know who her name is. And then Serena went on the attack to Harrison Butker. Why would they actually do that, man? And the crowd cheered. That's disturbing right there. The crowd cheered. We definitely lost our way, man. I'm pretty sure you know that conservatives aren't actually watching this thing. And I believe Harrison Butker was actually in attendance at the ESPYs, if I'm not mistaken. Now, some of the people are going to say, hey, it was a comedy skit. Yeah, that was a comedy skit. But then it seems like the jabs are thrown in at the end. It's ridiculous. And for one thing, Serena Williams is supposed to be a Christian. She grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I believe she's still a Jehovah's Witness. Now, I know that Catholicism and Jehovah's Witnesses not the same thing, but some of the core values are still the same. And by the way, Serena Williams has a family, right? She has a husband and a child. And I'm pretty sure Serena Williams is going to say, hey, her kid is probably the most important thing in her life, the most important job in her life, right? But she still went out there and attacked Harrison Butker, guys. So let's get into this. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you guys can support us by becoming a member on blackandwhitenetwork.com and supporting us on locals for just $5 per month. Here we go. Serena Williams calls out Harrison Butker at ESPYs, says, we don't need you, with kicker in attendance. So Harrison Butker was there. And Christians are getting attacked. Now, if Harrison Butker was a Muslim and said those things, I'm pretty sure that would have not been put into the ESPYs. Because ESPN, they're perfectly okay with being called anti-Christian, but of course, you know, they don't want to be called Islamophobes or anything like that. It says here, the 2020s took place on Thursday night. Nobody watched, I'm sure. If this is the first time you're hearing that news, you're most certainly not alone. The sports award show featuring enough woke flavor that may even put a smile on the face of Keith Olbermann was hosted by Serena Williams. Okay, she was the host. Okay, I didn't know that. And the tennis legend didn't waste her opportunity to call out Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker. During a segment highlighting women's sports, Williams was joined on stage by Sister Venus, as well as actress Quinta Brunson. I have no idea who she is. After the trio did a few comedy bits that folks in the audience had to force themselves to laugh at, Venus began closing out the segment by saying, "Go ahead and enjoy women's sports like you would any other sports because they are sports." So she wants people to go out there and enjoy women's sports. But if you're on the left, man, women's sports is not for women anymore. It's actually for men. All you got to do is identify as a woman if you're a man, and you're allowed to invade women's sports. Where does Serena actually stand on that? Remember, she actually said that she would lose to Andy Murray, sit-so in like 10 minutes. Yeah, she said that about 10 years ago. But anyway, says here, this is when Serena mentioned Butker, who was in attendance, by saying, "Except you, Harrison Butker, we don't need you." Bronson responded by saying, "At all, like ever," which was met with applause and a few boos as well. But let's go and watch this clip, guys, because it's overwhelmingly applause. Let's play it.
So go ahead and enjoy women's sports like you would any other sports because they are sports. Yes. Except you, Harrison Butker. We don't need you. At all, like ever.
Wow.
Well. Serena Williams said they don't need Harrison Butker. Give me Frank. Man, I might have to go back and play that Derek more than Derek Muhammad thing in a minute.
Some publicity stunt type, you know what I mean? Just like,
and you're allowed to invade women's sports. You know? Where does Serena actually stand on that? Remember, she actually said that she would lose, who was in attendance, by saying, "Except." Bronson responded by saying, which was met with applause.
Go ahead and enjoy women's sports like you would any other sports because they are sports. Yes. Except you, Harrison Butker. We don't need you. At all, like ever.
Wow.
Now.
Wow.
So they put it in the cards.
Well, see, she don't never address black issues or anything like that. She'll never just address black issues of discrimination, though. You notice that, Serena?
Hey man, look at her baby. Look at her baby. Look at her baby. Look who she connected to. Look who the guy she dated. And he was like and he like with Reddit or something like that.
You talking about Reddit, huh?
Yep. Let me get back to some of this stuff Darren was talking about too, man, because he.
This more was a George Bush White House found of 34 million illegal immigrants. They got that arrest warrant out for George Soros, right? So, and I believe her sister will probably either speak regarding again the death of her sister, who's now left 5 children.
Oh, here it is.
After that, they introduced the Patriot Act, right? They came with, of course, using of Pfizer and using NSA, spying on the American people, black, brown, red, yellow, and white, violating all types of human rights of the American people and those overseas whose countries they wanted to occupy for what? Oil, right? Resources. But now that petrodollar and that deal that they made.
How much did he tell you missing out the Pentagon earlier, Frank? Trillions of dollars, and they came in what? 9/11. Pay attention. Here you go.
In 74, that petrodollar deal and agreement is now null and void. So what are they going to do? So I just say stock up on your water, stock up on your batteries, stock up on non-perishable foods, because the money's no good right now. So what's holding it up? The bond market? What's holding it up? The military? And if you haven't figured this one out by now, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. So this is going to be major with what's coming. But they're cornered. So being cornered, they got to come as they did in 2020 when they came with the pandemic, scamdemic. And all of that was to shut the country down. And they were going to bring in the global reset. They were going to bring in the fourth industrial revolution, which means all your jobs, you be running around here now talking about, they're trying to replace federal workers. And you ain't been working for the last 4 years. You're sitting at home, collecting a paycheck. Your replacements have been brought into the country to the tune of 34 million illegal immigrants. So your replacements have been brought into the country. For those of you be talking about what's a black job, stay your ass sitting at home and you ain't got to ask about what's a black job. You're going to be asking about what's a whack job, what's a lack job, what's a slack job, because you won't have no job. And there won't be no more cotton for you to pick. For those of you to say, they doing jobs that blacks and other whites wouldn't do. Ain't gonna be no more crabs for you to pick. Ain't gonna be no more crabs for you to eat. You're gonna be the crab. You're gonna be the crab. Okay? You're gonna be somebody's seafood. So this is where the country or the corporation has moved now. And the biggest entity that's bringing them in has been the Catholic Church, right? And those that control immigration, as we talked about last week, which is, of course, the Khazarian Jews that control immigration. Okay? So they control it at the borders and let in who they want to let in. Haitians can't get in. Rebels in Africa can't get in. And most of the ones that they bringing in, they ain't coming in with their families peeking, man. They coming in single age, military age men. Why? Because they're going to be your UN peace. They're going to be your UN global military that they can put in your communities if you ain't figured that one out by now. They bringing in them and giving them free moped. You get caught riding. They talking about you black, you riding around here with dirt bikes. You see them damn illegals riding around delivering pizza, delivering food, and they ain't got a license to first. And ain't nobody talking about it. They ain't got a license to first. They doing it all up in New York and Chicago and Philadelphia. They ain't got a license to first. But yet they really talking about, see all these black youth out there riding them dirt bikes? You say, man, two wrongs don't make it right. It was wrong for the young, and some of them ain't even young youth that's out there. They 30, 40, 50-year-old men riding around with a dirt bike, man. But it was wrong for them to do it. It's wrong for the illegals to be doing it. That's all I'm saying. But those, again, them UN peacekeepers who they done brought here, some of them are from Africa. Just like you saw them send Kenyan down to Haiti, and notice ain't one black leader open their mouth up and say nothing about that, man. Kenya ain't brought peace to one country over Africa, man. They ain't brought peace to the Horn of Africa. From Ethiopia to Somalia, right? To the Sudans, to Eritrea. But yet you gonna send them 5,000 miles away to Haiti. How about they gonna bring peace in Haiti, man? Wait a minute, man. You ain't even bring Dominicans, which share the same island with Haiti. You ain't even brought Dominican peacekeepers to Haiti. But you gonna go get some Kenyans? So you tuned to the state of the city, man. But keep your eye on this as I'm looking at all this that's going on, man. It's a great time to be alive right now. That's all I'm saying. And if you really want to read more of what's going on, pick up Benjamin Fulford, his latest. Benjamin Fulford, I think his latest analysis of what's going on, talking about, again, the U.S. elections, but also what's happening internationally. China just sent troops to Belarus right on that border, right? Putin and Russia just struck a deal between China, India, and Mongolia, which all share the same border. So what are they doing? Putin just gave India, I think they just struck new oil deals, man. So they making moves to solidify, again, that part of the East over there, okay? And at the same time, Turkey, which also, along with the president of Hungary, Orban, he just came here yesterday. See, if you didn't think President Donald Trump was still the president, if the Democratic Party and the globalist Republicans wanted to get Donald Trump, you say, well, according to the Logan Act, you cannot be a private citizen and be having private meetings with heads of states because you could be, trying to pull off something to undermine the country. But the president of Hungary, or Hungaria, right? The same ones that got that arrest warrant out for George Soros, rightfully so, right? But he came here and met with Donald Trump after he met with Putin, after he met with the president of Turkey, after he met with the prime minister of India. He's offered up a peace deal to bring peace to the Ukraine. But clearly, Zelensky and Zelensky handlers, such as Larry Fink of BlackRock, because BlackRock has negotiated a $1 trillion reconstruction deal. That's that Joe Biden, Barack Obama, BlackRock Build Back Better. BlackRock is a $10 trillion private equity corporation. They were worth $10 trillion. All of them got rich during the pandemic. While you got poor, Wall Street got richer. And notice nobody's talking about that, okay? While y'all Street got poorer, Wall Street got richer. Your governor, Wes Moore, who you be, running around here cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over. Wes Moore, come on, KY's right here in the mother show. He don't tell you how to invest your money so you can get rich like he did, right? He don't tell you. Hey, man, you tell the people what stock you put your money in. Show them how to buy the stock. See, but he said he gonna leave no one behind. You keep listening to me if you want. Like I told you before, they gonna come back with a new movie. What was that movie? Leave the world behind. Now that's what Jesus said you want to do. You want to be in the world, but not of the world, right? So you want to leave the world behind. They got a new one coming out. Leave the niggas behind. You're going to be left behind. But trust me, all right? The Democratic Party is leaving you behind. They done brought in all the illegals, right? They done brought in the gays. They done brought in the lesbians. They done brought in the transgenders. They done brought in everybody but the midgets, the blind folk, the deaf folk. You know what I mean? No pun intended. No slight to the blind. No slight to the deaf. No slight to the midgets. But they done brought everybody else. And the black folk done got left behind. Even the ones say you in the Divine Nine organization, you in the Greek-lettered organization, but that done left your ass behind, man. You know what I mean? You say, I thought I was a good slave for you, and I took down the questions and asked you the questions that y'all sent to me, as they used that black woman up there in Philadelphia, which lets you see your black media has been bought and sold, man. That's all. And what's her name? Andrea Lawful Saunders, who lost her job for Joe Biden. Now, if they did that up in Philadelphia. And in Milwaukee, and she's so dumb, she got on radio and admitted it. Yeah, she tried to say, yeah, that should be the question, but I was the one that made the ultimate decision. Be clear, man. That thing, she don't determine nothing that come over them airwaves. That means the owner, which is, of course, I think her name is Sarah Knox Reese or Sarah Reese, right? She was the one that determined that. But when the blowback came, they didn't want to take no responsibility. So they said, we mutually parted ways. So it lets you see that Biden pulled out the same stunt that George Bush did, because it came out that George Boyd Bush, when he was running and he had the No Child Left Behind program, they was paying radio talk show hosts like Armstrong Williams. And be clear, Armstrong Williams, who seemed to have this newfound relationship with Wes Moore, is not newfound. When Armstrong Williams was working at the White House under George Bush, Wes Moore was a George Bush White House fellow. So he was a Republican working under Condoleezza Rice. If you don't believe me, just Google Wes Moore White House fellow. He was working under Condoleezza Rice, who might be one of Donald J. Trump vice presidential potential, right? Running mates. Could be Condoleezza Rice. And if I was Trump, of course, I choose Tulsi Gabbard. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's ex-military, right? And she'll mop the floor with Kamala Harris in any debates. She'll mop the floor with Kamala Harris in any debates, man, right? And she will wear a skirt. Some of them women I don't see wearing no skirt. I'm questioning them. It's questionable, man, whether they really women or not. If Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris, it's questionable, man. At least I've seen little Caitlin Clark. I mean, she might have a hard Adam's apple, but she's still a little apple. You know what I mean? She's still a little pear from what I've seen. Some of them other ones, man, the jury's still out on them right there. The jury's still out on them. But again, we shall see what will happen, man, because a lot going on the national, international stage that the mainstream media or that fake news media not talking about. Now, with all this talk about Biden should drop out. See, this is the part I really like. Right?
Listen what we're about to say now.
Because it lets you see who the globalists, the satanic Luciferian forces are the elitists that's been running the Democratic Party. Then why would they come out now and say Biden needs to drop out? See, that's the part I like about it, right? So they say a house united cannot stand. And notice the black media won't say it's Obama. They won't say it's Michelle Obama or Michael Obama, Barack Obama, right? They don't say who's behind it. They don't want to say it's the Clintons behind it. They don't want to say it's the DLC, the Down Low Club, right? Or the Democratic Leadership Council, right? And the black media scared to say that because Obama is the coldest drug dropped on the black community since crack. And I started thinking he the coldest drug dropped on the black community since fentanyl. Since fentanyl. A little trink up in it. You know what I mean? With a little trink. Because they don't want to criticize one thing about Obama. But the part I really like about it is made all of them have to come out now and show who they really are, man. That's the beautiful part, right? That you lets you see who these deep state players really are that control the Democratic Party and can have controlled Joe Biden, right? So now, in doing so, Trump will accept his nomination on the 18th or the 19th. And the question is, will Biden be forced? And if I'm Biden, I'm checking the obituary every morning. Because they put in, unless you see how the news media is complicit. The same news media that don't have the power to call a presidential election. But it's the same news media, the fake news. And the most dangerous thing about you getting your news, as we told you before, you got to reassess where you getting your news and your information, man. Because again, once you do that, it's like fast food. Fast food equals fast death. Fast news will equal fast death of this republic as well. If that's where you get your information, okay? Well, that's where they're getting your information, man. So they're showing you that the likes of, you know, ABC, NBC, MSLSD, I know you call it MS, you know, right? Where they get their information from and who's giving their orders to them. It used to be a time in the 60s where you had multiple corporations.
So I'm going to pause it there, but I just want to play a little bit. He also brought up that BlackRock now is even trying, if you say things about BlackRock, they call you anti-Semitic. So.
Yeah, that's wild.
So that's another thing that's going on. All right, now got another thing to play here about AT&T. All right, look at this, Frank. Yo, you're gonna love it.
AT&T is revealing that hackers stole the phone call and the text message records of nearly all of its wireless customers.
The company says the cyber criminals were not able, but they would be able to see which phone numbers were communicating. Now, this is a major breach that has the potential to reveal sensitive information for more than 100 million users. And ABC News business and data correspondent Brian Chung joins us now. Brian, we keep hearing about these things happening. Yeah. This is not the first time involving AT&T. What do customers need to know about this latest hack?
Yeah, well, there was an outage in February. There was an interconnect closing today. Basically covers every wireless.
What the hell? Yo. Can you hear me? What the hell?
All right, Frank. I'm gonna play one more video of that. But what do you think about something like that? Because ain't no way these people breaching ain't got no text message data or nothing like that. That's bullshit, man. I don't believe that now. If you breach my data, you got what I sent.
But how can they get everybody's every AT&T user's information? That's kind of weird. Doesn't make no sense. It's like everybody. So what kind of so that lets you know that they could shut off your phone, right? That's not even the hackers, but the AT&T that lets you know AT&T could watch and monitor people's shit if they want to, right? They got the technology to do it, right?
Hey, look, man. Who controlling who, man? Matter of fact, you know what? You know what, man? Let's go to somebody that like to control a lot of things right quick. Who like to run his mouth.
Uh-oh.
Who like to run his mouth a little bit. Yeah. Let's go to somebody who like to run his mouth a little bit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hey, what this guy got up here recent? Government.
Mm.
You know what? I'm gonna say that because I ain't gonna I'm gonna get to him next week. I got some things to talk about him because they behind a lot of these hacks too. Don't think they ain't got nothing to do with it. They want to know what you're saying too.
Right.
I gotta go to this thing on radiation right quick. Protective actions from radiation and I might not want to listen to them though.
Y'all can't hear nothing. What the hell's going on? Is this shit gonna boot me out or something? Wait, hold up.
Can't hear it? Yo. Right.
It's weird. Y'all can't hear the stream. Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me, BJ? Well, can you hear me? You can hear me? I can't hear this. I can't hear the stream though. It's just acting up, man.
I don't know, man. Hey, look, man.
Did you hear it?
Hey, look, man. I hear you. Let me just cut the screen off. Look.
That should be weird.
I'm gonna say this. That's the price of probably the price of playing somebody like Darren Muhammad. I tell you, man, some weird shit, man.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
No, he was breaking it down though, man.
Hey, look, man. Hey, like you said, they gonna let you talk about Project 2025. They don't care you talk about Project. That ain't hurting nobody. They only talk about the stuff he talking about. Stuff me and you talking about.
Hey, so okay, so the Project 2025. What is exactly what is that exactly again, man? Break that shit down.
It's about putting an end to abortion, putting a stop to immigration. It's basically Republican agendas by the Heritage Foundation.
Oh,
it's a think tank, man. They just got a list of ideals. It's a 900-page document, man. So I mean, it is what it is. The video I was playing about radiation, I just telling people be careful, eat, and relax, drink, be responsible for what you're doing, stuff like that. People need to be careful. Get out in the sun, man. I know it's hot, but hydrate. Don't just sit in the house like a recluse. Still got to get them sun rays.
Right.
Unless it may not be the real sun, but that's either here or there. But I said, it's been an interesting day. We've been out. We had the thing for the kids here, the back to school event. Went well. A lot of kids got book bags and things like that. I got there. I got there about 4:30, 5 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. It was nice. And I saw a lot of people from around the neighborhood, so it was good, man. It got hot. It's been raining all weekend. Till about 11 o'clock today, so that's okay. It hadn't rained in a while. It's been so dry here. A whole pond dried up, and the geese were walking in somebody's yard. So I've been seeing deers running around in the daytime, Frank. So it is what it is, man. But that being said, shout out to information, brother.
All right, well, it's a good informative show once again. You know what I mean? We gotta stay vigilant. You know what I mean? Just don't trust the mainstream media. That's all. Question everything at all costs. All right, so y'all can hit me up at XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube, also Instagram, and then Frank Jones 8115 on Instagram. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check me out. See what's good. Check out the content. All right.
Yeah, and matter of fact, Man, like, Victor asked me when they go back to school. I said in August. He just has it every year in July. It's really a community give back thing.
Yeah, that's real.
So one of my guys I grew up with, my mom used to pick him up. He said he wanted to have events for the kids every year. He's got a summer camp. He's got all that. I go there sometime and all that. So it is what it is. We just have to be vigilant and keep doing what we have to do. So, I mean, cause right now, like I told somebody, we all we got for real, man. I mean, it's what it is. So, and that's how it's gonna be. So with that being said, brother, take your time, have a good night. And I will come on maybe tomorrow. I got to break down stuff. I called Sakima Bay earlier. Maybe I'll try to get him on Monday. I'll be turning 37 on Tuesday, so
okay.
But yeah, right. 37.
Oh yeah, BK up there, man.
Reflection of 73, right?
BK up there, man.
I feel like I've been feeling 73 lately, man, too, man. Sometimes, man, with all this crazy stuff going on. But no, I still feel you. I still, working out. I was lifting weights the other day. So it's all good, man. It is what it is. I think that people ought to just pay attention and try to be on as high a vibration as they can right now. Because I don't think people really is ready for what's going on in the real world. So with that being said, man, take your time. I would say try to, I don't know what the weather is in California today. It's gonna be 95 here tomorrow. So have some ice water or something, for those days, those super hot days. I would not be eating a lot of how can I put it, Frank? I wouldn't be a lot of hot spicy foods right now and things like that. I've been seeing people eat these master plates, man. I'm like, yo, how y'all eat this shit? This hot as hell. I don't know what, man.
Right.
I don't want them with some fruit, man. Give me some fruit, some water, watermelon, some
right.
And also, man, I saw somebody with them yellow watermelons, man. I gotta give me one of them yellow watermelons, man. So with that being said, brother, you take your time, have a good night, watch these people right now. People are crazy. You told me yesterday somebody was crazy. So just be careful. Take your time, bro.
All right. Yeah, salute. Have a good night, man. Salute, man.
You too.